What's up guys, Mitch from Shock Therapy. Today we're going to be showing you how to install the rear radius rods on the Polaris XP Turbo. These radius rods are going to do multiple things for you. One, not only do they look good, but they outlast the strength and durability of the factory radius rods. Our radius rods are also left and right hand adjustment, so it gives you the ability to adjust the camber on the rear of the car. Our radius rods, paired with the best rod ends that you can get on the market, will also eliminate all the squeaking that is prone in the factory radius rods. This installation should take you no longer than 2 to 3 hours, so let's jump on in, let's show you how to do it.
The first step is to jack up the rear of the car until the tires are just off the ground. Make sure that you use jack stands at all times for safety. Next, remove both wheels and tires. Next, loosen the lower radius rod hardware and remove the lower radius rod.
Get this one out first. Hold it up.
Next, loosen the hardware holding the upper radius rod to the vehicle. Make sure that you save all of the factory hardware.
Yep.
With the upper hardware gone, you can now remove the upper radius rod.
Alright guys, pro tip here, once you get both radius rods off, the caliper off, the back side of the arm has a point on it. You're actually going to have to sand that flat for the new radius rod, how thick it is to fit inside of here without touching it. Remember to always wear safety glass when you sand. So something to note with the spacers, you do have a shorter one and a longer one. The short ones go towards the hub side. The fat ones go against the pull plate in the frame. Then also you'll notice on the rod itself, you'll have a line on the bung that indicates the left-hand side of the rod end. We like to keep all the lefts on one side. It doesn't matter what side you prefer, just as long as they all go to the same side, whether it's the frame side or the hub side.
Next, you can install the longer, lower, locked down radius rod. First, install the stainless steel spacers, and then install the radius rod on the car using the factory hardware.
Another thing that does help with the install of the nut on these lower ones is if you do have a magnet, you can actually attach the nut to it and kind of fish it in there, because you can't really get your hands back in here, it's kind of tight. Alright guys, so once you get the lower radius rod to the frame, we're going to put the caliper back on. Always remember to red Loctite these. And you can go ahead and tighten these down. We do have a longer lower radius rod and a shorter upper radius rod. Your longer one is going to come from us already locked, so that means it goes onto the car, you don't adjust it. It goes on, you tighten it down, you're done. The longer one is the lower one, the shorter one is the upper. That is what's going to control and adjust your camber inside the car.
Next, install the shorter upper radius rod. Put the stainless steel high-miss spacers into the rod ends, making sure that the left-hand threaded, line-marked end is on the inside. Use all the factory hardware when you install this upper radius rod. Now you can tighten all the factory hardware on the new radius rods that have been installed. Since these are 12mm bolts, they should be torqued to 90 foot-pounds. Repeat these steps on the opposite side. With all of your hardware tightened and torqued, you can install the wheels and tires. Remove the jack stands and lower the car back onto the ground. Make sure that you settle the rear suspension by moving the car back and forth or driving it around the block. Come to a stop without hitting the brakes. You cannot settle the suspension merely by jumping up and down on the car. Take a step back and eyeball the rear tire compared to the front tires. The only adjustment that you have is camber, with the top of the tire facing in or outward. Try to adjust the upper radius rod inward or outward merely by twisting it to line the rear tire up with the front tire. With your camber set as close as you can to match the front tires, use a little bit of Loctite on the threads and tighten the jam nuts for all of the rod ends on the upper radius rods. The lower radius rods are already set and locked. You do not need to touch those. Make sure that you lock the jam nuts on the opposite side. One of the most important parts of this installation is to install the shock therapy badges. Once the radius rods are set and locked in place, install these on the lower radius rod since they are never going to move throughout the life of the car.
We hope that this install goes as smoothly for you as it did for us. As always, with any radius rod installation, we always recommend to take it to a professional qualified alignment shop to have it professionally aligned. And don't forget to recheck your jam nuts after 200 to 300 miles of ride time. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to be notified anytime that we post a new video. And don't forget, if you ever need any individual parts, you can always visit our website at www.shocktherapist.com. And for any additional information or any technical help, please call the shop at 623-217-4959.
You okay, Mitch?
Yes. Yes, Josh, I am. Thank you.
That's what's up.
Just blew a nut.
One of yours?
Yep.
So let's run that one back. Bloops. Oops, Mitch.
I'm over it. I'm over this one.
You can start it. You can start it.
Proud sponsor, 5 hour. Damn. I'll split it. I can't drink the whole thing if you want half of it. We hope that this video aids in the helpful successfulness of you. That was way too much to remember.
So then just say
I'm trying to be like more,
fluid.
yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was it. That was it, man. Damn it. No, I almost did.
Squeaky.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it one of these times. This is a tough one.
Notifications.
I hope that went as easy as it did for me. No.